Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to my channel once again. I thought we'd do a wooded scene, so I'm just going to take a little bit of Naples yellow. I've left a little thin film of water on the paper. I just want to bring this into the sky, and we'll have some misty trees in the background, Naples yellow and lemon yellow, and some water so that I can thin it. And I'll also want to bring some into the land here with it, Naples yellow. If you're enjoying these videos, please leave a comment, it's most welcome. And please click the like button if you do enjoy them really nicely. It does help with the algorithm that YouTube run. This is a bluey grey mixture. This is cobalt blue and burnt sienna, fairly light mix. Bring some into the land as well. Some light spots of cobalt blue just to add variation. Sienna, raw sienna, fairly strong. The path. And before we can put the misty trees in, we do have to let this dry a little. Okay, so we're just going to give this just a few minutes just for the shine to disappear. Okay, I've left it about 5-10 minutes. There's a fair bit of shine still on the paper, but we're going to give it a try. And we're going to use a grey, a very soft grey, cobalt blue and burnt sienna. And we're just going to just test it for spread. Brush, I just want to put some indications of branches that may be running through it. Just letting that spread slightly. Then with a slightly stronger mix, I want to put a second row of background bushes in, trees. Cobalt blue, burnt sienna once again. And now I have to allow this to dry slightly, and then we'll just take out some, we'll lift out some tree trunks in the background. So we're going to have to give this one, I'm afraid, about another 10 minutes. Okay, that's about 10 minutes. I'm just taking a stiff angled brush here. And we're just going to try and lift out one or two what I like to call ghost trees. Okay, and then we're going to let this dry. Okay, now that's relatively dry. I think you can see the ghost trees have turned out quite well, so I'm just going to break open my mop brush and I'm going to take some burnt sienna, and once again I'm just going to test this for strength. Maybe a little strong, just a bit too much paint on. Once again just whacking some background bushes in. A bit of a darker tone, burnt umber. It's just a hint of trees. Taking my brush, just softening it down. Just taking some of the cobalt blue and burnt sienna and just adding some French ultramarine and burnt umber to it. I'm just going to pull some branches in here, tree trunks or bush trunks, into the wet paint. Just dropping in some little drops of dark French ultramarine and burnt umber. Slowly down into towards the path. Softening it in. Just to create some shape and form. One or two in this side here. Soften this edge as well. Okay, now we're going to leave this to dry. I do want to introduce some autumny yellows and autumny greeny colours, the earthy green colours. So I'm going to take some Naples yellow mixed with some lemon yellow. I'll just bring out the tops of some of these, allowing the background to show through. And with this being an opaque colour, it will sit on top of the other colours. Just taking the straightforward raw sienna, quite thick, and introducing this into some of it. Cobalt blue, lemon yellow with burnt sienna, just to make that very light, autumny earthy green. I just want to soften off the bottoms. So we have to leave this to dry a little. Okay. Want to once again just reintroduce some of the lighter tones of green, cobalt blue, Naples yellow with a touch of burnt sienna. Using the goat-haired mop brush. We're just going to allow each individual layer to dry. Now that that layer is dry, we're just trying to lemon yellow, cobalt blue, touch of French ultramarine and burnt umber in all of these, and just burnt sienna substituted for that one to make it lighter. See how we go on with this. And once again, I think we can leave that to dry. Now that's dry, we're just going to move into the really rich, dark, earthy greens. Very, very dark. Once again, just bringing it into the land, just to add some shadows underneath them. I've got some really dark shadow, French ultramarine and burnt umber. So again, taking a damp brush and just softening this in, and then we're just going to let all that dry. Once that's dry, I'm just taking some of the cobalt blue and the burnt sienna, which is the grey colour, and I'm just going to introduce some of the trees back in. And into the tree trunks, I'm actually just going to add some of the green. Just for a really nice variation. Nice and dark on the bottom. That we can begin to pull some of the branches out. Wet some of this, and some of the raw sienna. Here's some of the burnt sienna, bit of the yellow green. Some of the really nice dark green. I'm just going to soften it into the path. Then we're going to leave that to dry. Okay, as you can see, I've turned the picture upside down, and what I'm going to do is pull some tree branches out, French ultramarine and burnt umber. I am going to let this dry so that I can't catch it with my hand, and then we'll put in this oak tree here. Okay, so for now we're just going to come to this big oak tree here, and I'm just going to put some water, just re-wetting it. Some Naples yellow. Into the Naples yellow, I just want to drop some raw sienna. And I would like a little bit of that yellow green in it. You do tend to get a little bit of moss on these things. Making the bark rough and uneven. Okay, and now I have to leave that to dry. That's dry, but just before we come forward with the tree, I just want to put some leaves on these trees here, but I do not want to put them in green because I don't want it to get overpowering with the green colours. So I'm doing these actually in a grey. I'm very lightly just dusting on it. This is the background grey colour. And with some of the darker grey, it's like we're using all the colour up. Just adding some darker leaves in. Now I'm going to take our really dark green now, and we're just going to put some texture to this oak tree, and I want to allow quite a lot of the underlying colour to show through as we get the bark to show. And I'm just bringing the edge of the brush, the tip of the brush down in contact with the paper. French ultramarine and burnt umber to bring the real darks in. Softening the roots into the ground as we go. Taking a rigger brush back into the French ultramarine and burnt umber, I think we'll start to bring some of these limbs out. I think we'll put a few leaves on him, taking some of the yellow green. I think I'll just put a figure in walking through the woods here. Some of the grey. Put a shadow on him, attach him to the floor. Just raw sienna this. Burnt umber. Put it in the bottom and let it drift up. And some ultramarine, French ultramarine and burnt umber. Some of the darker green. Soften it off. Sorry, this is some raw sienna. Some of our burnt umber. And some of our dark stroked in. Softened off once again. Whilst it's still wet, let's just scrape in some rocks, pebbles. And then we can begin to just put one or two grasses in, just for added interest. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe. It'd be nice to have you join us. This is where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I will leave a link in the description box to other YouTube videos I've made should you wish to have a look at them. Please leave a comment. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.